So you've probably seen people use hydration hip bags for mountain biking. Does it work for a gravel bike? In this video, I'm going to review a hydration hip bag from the brand Lab Austere, find out what I like and dislike about it in this video. Welcome back, Pathless Peddlers, and if you're new to the channel, if you're into the non-competitive side of cycling, riding, party pace, and living the supple life, you have found your people, hit that subscribe button. But before I get into the actual review, why would you want to use a hydration hip bag? For me, since I tend to ride smaller frames, when I ride a mountain bike, oftentimes there is only space for one water bottle and that's it. I'm really not a big fan of using backpacks, and something like this moves that weight off of your back and onto your hips. So a little bit more natural position in my opinion and less sweaty in the back. So Lab Austere is a one-person brand based out of Cottonwood Springs, Utah, and the bags themselves are manufactured in China. And their goal is to offer up simple, functional, and unadorned solutions like this hydration hip bag. So as you can see, it utilizes standard water bottles, which is actually kind of nice. I know some people can suck out of a hose all day, but for me, I do prefer a water bottle. It just feels more natural. It's easier to gauge how much water you actually have left because you can see it rather than just guessing what's left in a hidden bladder. And also you can split your fluids. Let's say you wanted some kind of mix in one bottle and just plain water in the other. You can do that with this system rather than having just one hydration bag and you're stuck drinking whatever's in there for the rest of the day. In addition to these two main pockets that hold the water bottles, there are all sorts of other little hidden compartments, small zippered pockets on either wing of the bag, as well as on the water bottle pockets themselves. There are also zippered pouches here. And in the middle, you have this really elastic pocket where you could put a base layer, larger snacks. And that's held closed by Velcro. And there is another zippered pocket, as well as another kind of hidden pocket here facing your back. So a surprising amount of organization in such a simple bag here. You can really split things up between your tools and what you're gonna eat for the day, or even an extra windbreaker. Another nice detail is the way that this attaches to your person. You'll notice it's got a webbing strap and a buckle, and the buckle is off to the side so it doesn't bunch up with other buckles or zippers that you may have in front of you. So that is the grand overview. I've taken this bag out on a couple different rides on both mountain bikes and gravel bikes, mostly gravel bikes because that's my thing. And I found that it works best for me when it's set a little bit lower, resting on my hips and not so much my waist. It just seems to support the weight of the water bottles better. So in terms of likes, I do like its simplicity. It's a great way to add water capacity. I'm personally testing a bunch of bikes, so it's much easier to grab this and wear this on my waist rather than swapping bottle cages over to each test bike. So if you have a fleet of bikes, this definitely works pretty well. I also like that it uses standard water bottles. Again, I am not a big fan of drinking out of a hose, and this really solves that problem. I also really like that it doesn't put any of that weight on your back. Your back doesn't get all sweaty. You don't have this pull on your shoulder. So overall, in terms of comfort and drinkability, I really do prefer this compared to a camel style backpack. Those are the things I like. What are the things I don't like about this bag? One of the big dislikes, or it's not so much a dislike as it is a concern, is that the opening for the water bottle holders are non-adjustable. So this is good and bad insofar as it's really quick and easy to pull the bottles out. But let's say you have a slightly smaller water bottle or bear spray that you want to carry on you and use these. There's no way to cinch up the top. So anything smaller than this fixed diameter is likely going to bounce out on really rough terrain. So I do wish there was a draw cord or some kind of elasticity or adjustability to accommodate the different diameters of bottles or things like bear spray. Another dislike or something you definitely have to adjust to is the added weight it puts on your person. When you have two water bottles on this, you've basically gained some weight, so that adds added pressure on your saddle. So you definitely want to have your saddle position or your general bike fit dialed in. The corollary of that is as you drink, one side will get lighter than the other, so you'll feel a slight unbalancing. For some, that may just drive you bonkers. I'm a little bit less sensitive to that, and I didn't actually notice it on the longer rides. But for some people, that's just gonna be a weird deal breaker. Another thing I wish this bag could do would be to have the ability to carry a single water bottle in the middle for those really short rides. As it is, you can do that, but this Pocket here is really stretchy, so with the weight of a full water bottle, it's not very secure and starts to kind of lean out the back. And lastly, the buckle closure. Yes, it is nice that it's asymmetrical and off to the side, but it takes some doing to tighten and loosen up. The webbing's kind of looped over itself into this buckle, and there's no real quick adjust. As you can see here, you really have to work the webbing through and thread it around and pull it to adjust its tautness. I wish it had these kind of quick adjust straps here that you see on other bags. This is a bag by our friends at Reload, but you can see there's a really quick adjust buckle here. You can tighten and loosen it on the fly. This one just takes a little bit more work. So overall, a pretty neat product, especially if you don't like to carry the weight of water on your back and you want to move it to your hips instead. If you ride small mountain bike frames and need more water carrying capacity than the bike frame can carry, this is a great option. Or if you're going out on a super long gravel ride and want to add more capacity, again, another great case use for this hip bag. It's not for everyone. The way it handles weight distribution isn't going to be to everyone's taste, but it is a great option to have in the quiver. But that's what I think. What do you guys think of this hydration hip bag from Lab Austere? If you have any questions, leave those in the comments. I'll be sure to answer. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, keep the supple side down.